got a little fun video here. We're going to shoot some of these different 44 Magnum rounds into this clear ballistics gel, 10%. We got just a standard flat nose load like you guys probably shoot all the time, you know, your budget stuff. Flat nose, lead point, soft point, flat nose, whatever you want to call it. Then we got the Hornady Lever Evolution ballistic tip, 225 grain. We'll go over some more stats here in a sec. And then I got these PMC bronze hollow points, but these are only 180 grain, and they're a pretty hot load, 1,750 feet per second. That's obviously got to be rated out of a rifle, which we are using Rossi 92. I'm not sure the velocity on these. You know, this is just your standard 240 grain load. If I can find the velocity, I'll throw it up. And on your Hornadies, again, these are 225 grain. I do believe this lists, 1,400 feet a second with a 225. Those are supposed to be 17 with a 180, so those should hit pretty freaking hard. And I know these are too, but so we're going to compare, you know, your standard soft point to the Hornady Lever Evolution ballistic tip to a traditional hollow point, a real hot hollow point, and see what happens. So I think we're only going to have room for 3 shots because of the size of the cavities, but we do have a few other things to try out if we have room, so we'll do that as well. And actually, yeah, we got a few other things to try, but I want to see what these do first, and then we'll use what's left. But I want to try to get 3 unskewed results that we can see real well here with these, a traditional load, the Lever Evolution load, whichever one wants to see, and a real hot hollow point. Alright, so here's the Rossi 92. We'll do these S&Bs first. Again, 240 grain, soft point. Probably gonna hit the target thing, oh well. I figured I was gonna hit that, but I didn't really care. Where'd it hit?
Right here.
Boom! What came out?
Your extra bracket.
Nice. Yeah, I figured those would not expand and would just go right through. I can tell you from shooting that, those are a really light load, so they're, again, I'll throw up the velocity if I can find it. So there's your wound channel, and they didn't expand or anything. I mean, they might have flattened the nose a little, but they just shot right through. So, and by the way, these are 11-inch blocks, so that would be 22 inches of penetration and then some. All right, so let's run one of these Lever Evolutions now. I'll just stick it right under that one. All right, definitely a lot more energy transfer about through the blocks off the table. Hopefully we got a capture. I think it's somewhere in there. Where'd it go? It came out the top, it looks like. Because right there's the entry, just a little lower than the other one. And there's a piece of metal that wasn't previously in there. And I think it zipped out the top right there. So unfortunately, yeah. Wow, okay. I wasn't anticipating that. There's the tip. I know it's a little more cloudy from the side, but there's your wound channel. Bunch of fragments right there, it looks like. So it definitely did some opening up. But it had to have exited the block. It looks like it came out the top right there. If I didn't already say it, that had a lot more kick on the shoulder too, so I could tell it was a lot hotter load. These are just like standard stuff. That's surprising that it still penetrated all the way through, even though we obviously got some expansion. All right, now we try these hot hollow points from PNC. 180 grain, 1,700 feet a second.
pretty sure it caught it in the first block.
All right, that was a loud one. About the same recoil as the Hornady though, but that's probably because it was a lot lighter of a bullet, so it's a lot of immediate damage. It's cool to see these fragments split off. That definitely do some damage. Jacket separation with some lead there, and then further down in there's another lead chunk. So at close range at least, those things just completely disintegrated. And so that's only about 10 inches of penetration because this is an 11-inch block. So 100 yards, which, by the way, well, I don't know if I'll have access to this gun to do a 100-yard video, but 100 yards, that should stay together, I'm thinking, and then mushroom nicely and travel further. But if I'm able, we'll do a 100-yard video later, but I don't know if I'll be able to. All right, so these are not Freedom munitions. This is just a bunch of empty brass. These are actually Winchester silver tip. I can't remember the exact grain. I want to say it was 200. I'll find a picture of the box and throw it up real quick. We don't have the box of these anymore, but these are 5 Winchester silver tips. Again, I'll throw up a picture of what it is, and let's try one of these out, see what they do. I believe that this is a lot lower powered round than those, so I'm thinking these will stay together and mushroom nicely, but there's only one way to find out. Nice. Definitely much further penetration. Pretty much just as big as cavity. Some shrapnel separation. There's a chunk there, and then there is the remainder of it. Can't see much from the side because it's cloudy for some reason, but I don't know if you notice this one's crappy, but this is just the catch block. This one still needs work. But right there she is, so that's 11 like I said. So we're probably sitting about 14 inches there on that one. That actually did better than I thought, and I honestly didn't think it would break up, but it did. But you know, I don't think they're designing these things for point blank range. They're hunting loads. Alright, so there you go guys. I was just informed. The rifle will be sold, so unfortunately, at least at this time, until I get my own, I can't do this at a further range, but it's still interesting nonetheless. And so yeah, close range out of a 16-inch carbine. There you go. That's what you can expect. Some pretty explosive stuff, man. Those have put some nasty holes through some craters. Or that one's definitely, considering it did almost what the FTX did. That's not the FTX, sorry, the PMC. You got much more penetration. Like, that's real shallow penetration if you're trying to shoot a bear. So, you know, you might, you know, if they're right on top of you and you are keeping a 44 mag for self-defense against large animals, that's something to take into consideration. However, if you're shooting it out of a revolver instead of a carbine or a lever action, it's not going to do that because you're at a lower velocity. So then they would stay together and penetrate further. But if you are using a rifle, and that you anticipate close range encounters, that's going to be your best bet out of what we shot as far as getting a big hole and penetration. Although I know a lot of people, they want maximum penetration with bears, so I guess at which point you'd want to use a soft point. Anyways, this is just a little fun video I've been wanting to do for some time, so hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, make sure you leave me a like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications if you want to be notified when I post. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.